Apparently, Ethan Klein is also choosing to sue Noah Samson as well. He's gathering evidence for a defamation suit against Noah without having even watched either of his videos. By the way, Lamau, if you guys have any good, potentially defamatory Noah Samson clips, drop them on the subreddit. I have grounds to sue Destiny and Ethan for defamation. I would never do that in a million years. On the topic of Israel, friend of the show, Noah Samson, has done another video after his previous video of how YouTubers defend genocide. He did another one. The YouTubers who backed the genocide 2 weeks ago with 777,000 views. A lot of those YouTubers have retaliated against Noah, and I guess he has another response. Now, the reason why I'm watching this, well, also simultaneously, there is an additional note since this video came out, where Mudahar, one of the YouTubers mentioned in the video, has stated that he intends to sue Noah Samson. This is his statement on the matter. Apparently, Ethan Klein is also choosing to sue Noah Samson as well. In the last couple of weeks, a YouTuber, Noah Samson, has uploaded a few videos labeling me a genocide supporter in the title and thumbnail of the video. Today, me and the team sat down to watch them and could not find a single clip of me supporting the Israeli government or any of its genocidal practice. Normally, I'd not engage with this discourse, but this has affected my business and has bleed into my personal life. As a Muslim, I've always supported my people, and I never talked about this topic with much political knowledge. That said, you don't need to be knowledgeable to stand against the injustices by the IDF. Journalists and civilians have been recently killed in a wave of attacks, ending a short-lived ceasefire. That is never okay and needs to end, and I hope in my lifetime it does. It's really interesting that the first time that Mudahar has come out with like a bold declarative statement singling out Israel for its crimes is after he claims that he was being defamed by Noah. Ironically enough, Noah's argument was not that these people are directly saying that they love Israel doing a genocide, but instead was the fact that while Israel is doing a genocide, a lot of these people have shifted their priority directly to drama slop and to attack people who call out Israel's genocide, and in a way, making tacit endorsements or sometimes direct endorsements like Ethan Klein has, or by omitting the truth or creating a defensive posture in support of the Israeli government, maybe being a useful idiot. Now, from what I understand, here is Ethan Klein. He's gathering evidence for a defamation suit against Noah without having even watched either of his videos. By the way, Lamau, if you guys have any good, potentially defamatory Noah Samson clips, drop them on the subreddit. Free speech lovers galore. Their bar is advocate rather than understanding what manufacturing consent means. Yeah.
This fucking little scumbag here who put me and Mudahar, Turkey Tom, and Destiny in a thumbnail and said the YouTubers who backed the genocide. This disgusting, and I'm not okay living in this world where these little punk ass scumbags can just say this shit and get away with it. Like accusing people, usually defamation can be all different types of things. Someone supporting genocide, we throw this term around a lot. That's one of the most, I mean, can you say something more fucked up about somebody than that? Sounds pretty defamatory.
Yeah, I think there's a very simple solution to this, right? There's a genocide that is ongoing. If your criticisms during that process is entirely about people who call out this genocide, consistently smearing them as anti-Semites, lying about them over and over again, at a time when the Trump administration also is actively going after people who do criticize people who, Trump administration is actively going after people who do criticize the Israeli government, even deporting them, then yeah, it seems like you're not pro-Palestine at all. It seems like you are running cover. You are playing either inadvertently or directly the role of a soldier in the disinformation war in the Western world against Israel. If the amount of times that you have spoken out against Israel for the heinous, barbaric war crimes that it engages in on a regular basis is much more limited than the times that you have criticized those who speak out against such atrocities, then you probably aren't the number one advocate for Israel. I mean, the number one advocate for Palestinians. Sorry.
And again, I'm not taking any prisoners. If my attorney thinks there's anything in here, if he thinks that there's like a decent shot of defamation, I'm suing this fucking piece of shit.
Yeah. This person has consistently called me a terrorist, an anti-Semite, and a million different things. Like turning around and being like, I'm now going to create a frivolous defamation lawsuit against another YouTuber because I don't like that they recognized all of this and made a YouTube video about it is so funny. Like the hypocrisy is so glaringly obvious. This dude straight up made a context nuke with clips directly cut out of context in an effort to smear myself for, and others as well, for speaking out against Israel. And now he wants to do a shitty defamation suit on a video that he himself did not watch. If he had actually, or not suit, sorry, if he had actually watched Noah's video, he would understand the point. Also, I do want to say this is a classic conservative move. Like, it's the, I'm more offended that you're calling me a racist than the actual act of racism that I engaged in and entertain. It's the same shit. That's exactly what's going on here. Oh, dude, what? You called me a racist? How dare you? That's what it is. I think the funniest thing is that you have real grounds for defamation. No, dude. And Ethan knows that he doesn't have real grounds for defamation against Noah either. Okay? Public figures suing one another for defamation is kind of idiotic. I have grounds to sue Destiny and Ethan for defamation. I would never do that in a million years. Okay? Part of the reason why I would never do that in a million years is because what kind of financial damages can I point to? Like, the context nuke flopped just because someone defames you. Like that's one of the aspects here is just like what are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do? Since his context nuke didn't work, he's been brigading everything that I've that I've been a part of, literally calling out journalists that have interviewed me even before the video came out, constantly telling people like, how do you engage in talks with a person who is like a rape denialist or whatever. I don't know, just like ridiculous shit over and over again. Stop saying you won't sue them. Why do you lay yourself prostrate in front of fascists? Because I'm not a bitch. That's number one. And number two is I also understand how defamation suits work. Okay? For the most part, Ethan's lawyers, I think, are just farming him for money by saying, yes, King, there's definitely something we can get out of here. Kind of how Ryan Kavanaugh's lawyers have farmed Ryan Kavanaugh, seemingly. Law student here, the Supreme Court set a very high standard for defamation suits against public figures on matters of public concern. You would have to prove that Noah's statements were made with knowledge of their falsity or reckless disregard for the truth. This actual malice standard is a very high threshold to meet. Yes, law student here is correct. The actual malice standard is a very high threshold to meet, and so any lawsuit is definitely meritless. There also needs to be like what are the material damages that you can show in that situation? You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know why Americans love litigation so much. They constantly act like suing someone is a power move. It's not. You're bitch made, okay? Trash Taste not inviting you back. Oxbridge Talks not coming out. At least a loss of business. Is it a stretch? Trash Taste not inviting me back. Okay, dude. Yeah. I'm going to go to a court and be like, hey guys, this anime podcast might not invite me back, which they probably will when I go visit Japan anyway, but it's really hitting the bank big time. Yeah, it's ironic because like they do try to get financial damages. They do try to like materially harm me by constantly calling out my sponsors. Yeah, E was the first guy to cry about your Ubisoft sponsor. Now Elon is doing that, allies in your hatred for you. Yeah, it just hasn't worked. You know what I mean? It just has not worked. So what am I supposed to do? Yeah, they're defaming me. It's true, they are. But what happens when defamation is unsuccessful? You know, what do you do? Plus, even if it was successful, I still don't care. I just don't care. I don't want to spend any time on this shit. It's not me capitulating to fascists or whatever. I just, you know, I have more important shit to worry about, okay? Like, what are you talking about? That's the thing that also frustrates me. Like, these guys actively made YouTube videos and like shit on people like myself for calling out Israel, or worse, because they didn't even have a position on Israel. Like with Mudahar, I don't think he did it specifically because he wanted to defend Israel. Okay? I don't know what is in his mind and the way that he operates, but I think his reasoning for making that video was unironically to just like farm some ad revenue out of it. You know what I mean? It was just a grift. He openly admits he's not very knowledgeable on the situation and then actively takes a position. And it's so sad. It's so pathetic to do that for clout, dude. Oh my God. The least you could do with a massive platform like you have is to do a little bit more reading on this matter. You know what I mean? Mudahar just wanted to stay with mainstream commentary people that hate you. Exactly. They're all in group chats with one another alongside Keemstar. They all did that. Like they all actively have done this. Also here, I tweeted this just now because I saw this. Apparently, Ethan lied about why he left Twitter. Hassan is such a chicken shit R-word that he blocked me. Meanwhile, Hassan spends all day on Elon's app. Meanwhile, great people, me. Dude, I can't tell if he's like trying to make a joke about himself or if he's just being sincere. I don't want to be the guy who's like, you know, in the most neurodivergent fashion, not understanding when he's like trying to crack a joke. But like, it can't be, there's no way that he's just being serious, right? Like he's joking, I think. I'm a great person. No, dog, you didn't leave Twitter because Elon Musk sig-heiled. You've been sig-heiling ever since Elon Musk sig-heiled. You and Elon are also directly aligned on this issue, the issue of Israel, the issue of deplatforming me, all of that stuff you agree with. Just another example of Hassan being unwilling to make any material sacrifice for his cause. Yeah. So, psychedelic socialist post. Ethan Klein didn't leave Twitter to protest Elon Musk. He left the app because he exposed himself as the racist Zionist that he is and got rightfully bullied off the platform. He's also completely aligned with Elon Musk on Israel and Hassan. Elon literally loves his content nuke. To which I responded, I reposted this and said, Ethan left this platform because he's terrified of people correcting him. That's why he won't have any of the countless content creators who smears anti-Semites on his stream. He's worried his audience will learn the truth, that he's lying about everyone from his hug box. And also now he's doing the Free Palestine from Hamas. The only time Ethan Klein says something like, may God protect these brave Gazans when they're demonstrating against Hamas. May God protect these brave, only these guys though. Don't worry, Israel will blow them up too.